Yo, what up? It's your boy E.T. E.T. the hip hop preacher. Look, welcome to another edition of Free Summer School. Apps. I should change it to absolutely free summerschool.com. Knowledge is the new money. Please, pretty please get you some. It's funny, B, we do this activity in school, right? Where, I might have, I don't know, $100, $200, and we break it up. Ones, five, tens. Pretty much ones, fives, ten, a couple 20s, and we get an individual, time. Like, yo, you got time to scoop it. You know what I'm saying? Like, go for it, right? And it's like 60 seconds, and guess what? They try to, bro. I promise you, they try to take every single dollar, 25. They trying to figure out which one is the most, and then get that one, then go get the ones, the fives, the 10, and we put them all over. And they try to get as much as they can in that 60 seconds. But here's the challenge, B. In real life, knowledge is everywhere and people ain't trying to pick it up and get none. It's all over. And if you pick it up, it's going to bring you money. But we sit there and just watch books. We sit there and just watch educational materials just go by the wayside. We sit there and watch, apps that can help us to be better critical thinkers and, help us to test better. Man, you think about these standardized tests. If you do well on these tests, they will pay for you to go to college. It's just money's everywhere. Books, knowledge, computer. And all we doing is, social media, like social friendly stuff. We're not learning. And so look, y'all, knowledge is the new money. Get you some. Now, this one right here, this is one of the ones that I struggle with, but I got on that horse and I learned how to ride that thing. Boundaries, right? And it's so funny. In my neighborhood, not in my subdivision, but the subdivision next to me is kind of weird. The guy owns a house, and behind his home, he must have bought about 50, 60 acres, be like literally, it's about 50, 60 acres. It could probably be more, right? And it's like a farm kind of setup he got going behind his house. And you know what's crazy? He's got a few horses. Every time I used to walk past that house, he's got the fence, of course, real tall fence by his home, where his property is. And then, of course, whatever. Why every single time I go, the horses, bruh, are by the fence? B, it's almost 50, 60 acres. The horses got I'm like, why do you have your neck? Why is your neck pressed against the fence? Like, why is your head over the fence? Like, what are you trying to do? You got all that doggone land. You got all that land and you sitting right here. And so it's funny, man. We got to set boundaries, and boundaries are literally designed to give us freedom, not to take nothing away from us. But it's so funny. If you don't set boundaries for people, they won't set boundaries for themselves, right? I read something recently that says, if you are a giver, set boundaries because takers rarely do. Yeah, I'm gonna say it one more time. If you are a giver, set boundaries. Why? Because takers rarely do, right? And so I had to start setting boundaries, man. Like, to be successful, I had to start setting curfew boundaries. Like, yo, E, I know you grown, but you just can't be up all time, like all matters of the night. You can't be up at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning watching TV and be an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur, millionaire, who has aspirations now of being a billionaire. You can't stay up all night. You can't. Oh, B, I'm grown, bro. You can't eat chocolate chip cookies, Snicker bars, drink an Oreo shake, or you know what I'm saying, with the cherry on the top from Chick-fil-A. You can't drink what is Arnold Palmer's. Like, you can't have Cheeto Puffs and spicy hot Doritos for dinner. You can't do it. Okay, I'm sorry. I can do it, but you got to set by. B, I'm already not where I want to be in terms of my, health. Bruh, do you know if I didn't I set boundaries. Like, yep, nope. This month you're not eating but once at night. It's my version of, a fast. It's like, no, you can't eat all day every day. You got to give your digestive system that track some time. Like, you can't just be eating all day every day. You can't smoke. You can't drink. It's just some stuff you can't be smoking and putting that smoke in your lungs. People say to me all the time, AE, this is made from the earth, bro. Like, it's healthy. Okay, maybe it is, but in a tea form, ain't nothing healthy when you bringing it through when you introduce it into your body through smoke in your lungs. Like, are you hearing what I'm saying? Like, so boundaries, y'all. Yes, you can watch TV. How much is too much? Yes, you can work and spend money, but how much is too much? How much is too much? Like, how much is too much? How much video games, too much video games? How much play is too much play? When you gonna study? When you gonna clean your room? When you gonna plan for your future? So I want you to set beat. Give me that noise, man. Give me that noise, man. It's time. Look, love yourself enough to set boundaries. You don't set boundaries for other people. Look at this quote, y'all. Look at it. You don't set boundaries for other people. You set boundaries for yourself. You need to set boundaries with your time and your energy. Why? Because it's precious. And you get to decide how much you get to use or how little you use. And more importantly, how you treat yourself, you actually teach other people how to treat you, right? By deciding what you will and will not accept. It's your boy ET, man. Set the boundaries. Set them early, set them often. What would this world look like in morning traffic and evening traffic if there was no stop sign, no yield sign, no red light, green light, yellow light? If there were no yellow lines in the street, whether those lines are broken lines or straight lines, no rails, no speed limit, man, it would be chaotic. But yet you live your life. You're driving, yet you live your life with no stop sign, no yield sign, no signals. You live your life, no brakes, no steering wheel. You live your life with no boundaries. That is a disaster waiting to happen. It's your boy ET. Small steps, great distances. Now you know. Let's go.
Welcome to Free Summer School. Knowledge is the new money. Get you some. Dr. Eric Thomas and friends, ET, the hip hop preacher. I'm your host, Quincy Harris. Listen, before we start, we never talk about nutrition. Like food really matters. Like I want y'all. Like I know I love chips growing up. I love chips. I love
hot Cheetos.
Oh my gosh, come on, all of that. But it really affects the way you move throughout the day, right? Like one of my sons, I'm not going to put him out there because he's watching, Jordan. He hates eating breakfast. I'm like, dude, you got to set your day off right. And it's like, it's like, dude, you eat, because if you don't eat at 7, you get to school, you're not eating until really 12. So now you're hungry at 10:30, 11 o'clock. And it sets off your whole day. It throws you all the way off. So like, I think nutrition, we don't talk about it enough. Like there's people in our lives that we all know who have literally died because they didn't pick the right foods to eat. Right. So Coach B can tell you with the muscles about that. And Charles Terry Jr., he in the gym every day. So they can tell you about that. But don't wait until you're, these guys age 50, 60 years old to start working out and eating correctly. You look at their faces. So, that's what I would say. Just really think about the nutrition. Think about the things that you put inside your body and the things you listen to and all of that. But Dr. Eric Thomas, ET, today we're talking about boundaries, man. What do you have to say about boundaries?
Man, I'm so grateful for I hated boundaries coming up. I hated boundaries. And I'm going to be honest with you, Q. I hated them because I didn't understand them. So whoever the, captain of boundaries are, whoever is the, boundary ambassador, y'all need to do a better job of explaining the good part of boundaries, not bad. Because I didn't want them because I felt like they, I can't go to the party or I got to leave at 12. I never thought about, okay, somebody's asking you to leave at 12 because they start shooting at 3. You know what I'm saying? You want to be there at 3, they shooting at 3, And so my mom was just like, yo, I'm putting boundaries on you so I can preserve your life. I'm not putting the boundaries on you so I could suffocate your life. And so for me, Q, I just saw it as you're trying to stop me from having fun. You're trying to stop me from enjoying my life. You're trying to stop me from live it up, live it up, live it up. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to stop me from living it up. And as an adult looking back, boys in jail, a lot of my friends died at a very young age. A lot of people are, not happy with life. And all these boundaries that were put on me are allowing me, man, to fly high, And so, yeah, thank mama for the fence. Because while it keeps you from being able to roam the whole world, it keeps some of the stuff in the world from being able to roam on you. You feel me? That fence protects you. And so I see boundaries in a way as an adult that I didn't see as a child. And I'm asking every child who want to drive, imagine driving without street lights. No red light, green light, yellow light. Everybody just going when they want to. If the whole world didn't have a 4-way stop and just people just drove, it was no lines, it was no wall, it was no free on the freeway. It ain't no lines. Just everybody on the freeway get to go whichever way they want to when they want to, bruh. It would be chaotic. So I love boundaries. Just as long as they, I love boundaries.
No, E, listen, I'm going to take a page out of your book. Sometimes, our parents or our guardians or our loved ones would say stuff to you, and we just don't receive it, right? So hopefully, through you guys watching this free summer school, this is some of the stuff that your parents or your guardians have been echoing, right? And with boundaries, E, I got to take a page out of your book, and I have to thank you because you had a mixtape. Or it was a sermon. It was a sermon, or it was a speech where you said one of your friends tried to make their emergency your emergency, right? And I remember being a great friend all the time for everybody. Like, hey, Q, like I would make I worked at the radio station, right? And we have concerts, and people were like, yo, Q, can I get tickets? Can I get tickets? Right. And I'm stressing myself out helping other people, right? And then I heard you say that, and it wasn't nothing different from what my dad was telling me for years, like, Quincy, you got to make sure, you just call me Quince. Quince, you got to make sure that your priorities, you're dealing with your priorities first, right? But after you said that, it really hit me of what my dad was saying. He's like, dude, if you keep serving for everybody else, you can't really serve for yourself, right? You're doing all these things. You're a great friend for everybody else, but you're a horrible friend for yourself, right? So once I started putting boundaries in place, some phone calls are just not that important to me right now. Like I get up, I literally have 86 unanswered text messages, not because I'm big and I'm Hollywood, or it's just those 86 text messages are not that important to me. If Val hits me up, oh, hey, what's up, Val? Yeah, no, I'm in the airport. Val, ET hits me, yo, what's up, E? Did you mean to call me? I'm hitting you right back. These are certain people in my life that when they call me, it's a priority. And sometimes we don't put boundaries in place, and we make sure everyone else is important and everyone else is just as important as these people that really pour into your life. So you have to set boundaries. Let's go to Kale. Kale, talk to us, man, about setting boundaries, man.
I love the iPhone, man. That do not disturb. You know what I'm saying? That do not disturb, really, it gets the job done. I can't explain it. It gets the job done because not everybody should have access to you all the time.
Speak.
Everybody cannot have access to you. Energy is finite. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason you need to go to sleep so that you can recharge it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have unlimited amount of energy. So when you start thinking about how you divide your energy among the day and what you spend so much energy doing, you start to realize that there's a lot of people in your life who may or may not be respecting your boundaries, and you're going not just necessarily out of your way, but you're going too far out of your way, and it's taking your energy away from something that you need to be doing for somebody else, or something that you need to be doing for yourself. And when you get to a place where you set up boundaries, like, okay, this is the amount of time that I could spend with you, or this is the amount of time that I'm comfortable, because boundaries are not to be confused with the comfort zone. Boundaries is the discomfort zone. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm feeling discomfort in this space, and I need to set a boundary between me and this space. You know what I'm saying? Or me and this person, and me and this thing. So it's important to know what your boundaries are, stand on your boundaries, because there's going to be people who try to take you out of those boundaries, or try to, you know what I'm saying, manipulate you around your boundaries. And you got to be aware of that, because there's only there's only so much energy you get to have to live this life. And when people start sucking it from you, you got to set those boundaries up. Do not disturb. Do not disturb my energy.
Kale, love it. Let's go to Charles Terry Jr. Talk to us, brother.
You know, I wasn't going to turn this into a meeting or anything like that, but I think I have to. Hi, my name is Charles, and I suffered from boundary setting at one point. So I read a book about boundaries, and it spoke. Daring to set boundaries is having the ability to love yourself, even if it risks disappointing others. And so I was like, ooh, that hurt. And to E's point, like what Q mentioned, what E said, for a person, failure to plan on your part does not constitute an emergency on mine. So just because you didn't do what you're supposed to do, now it's 911 for you. That's low priority in my world, because that could have been done 2 weeks ago. So when I get to it, I promise you'll get in the right priority. You have to prioritize things. So from reading that book, I began to prioritize things with the 1, 2, 3. You know, things that are threes, or we'll get them done. Ones are important. Twos, let's get it done today. Let's put it in there. But putting things into perspective and allowing yourself to have boundaries, and having the okay with saying no. Like, it is like legit okay to say no. Like, it's okay. Like, I can't do that. No, I can't. Not today, at least. I can't. But I really am interested in that. Let's circle back to that. But I have my day planned already. That can be on tomorrow's list when I sit down tonight and write out tomorrow's plan. But just having boundaries, and like Kale said, do not disturb. Have that list of individuals who can bounce me out. It's a list of people that can bounce me out of my boundary and can pull me out for certain things because they have my best interest in mind. So if they do hit me up, if I tell, like, for example, I tell Val, I'm gonna be doing this from this to this, and Val calls me anyway, something is up. So I know that there's something that's going on, and I need to see what's going on. So set up that boundaries, learn how to prioritize individuals and tasks, and then you'll be on your way to the top.
Powerful.
Love it.
Let's go to Auntie Val. Auntie Val, about boundaries.
Let's go. So I categorized boundaries. So you have emotional boundaries, you have time boundaries, you have topic boundaries, and you have physical boundaries. So then that way you're thinking about it differently, and you understand that boundaries are not just about, okay, we're talking about time. So we have that, but we have to have emotional boundaries as well, because when you're young, you want friends. So you don't think about the emotional baggage that friends can bring into your life. And then you carry that, or you, like you said, your urgency doesn't make it my emergency, or either way. And then when you have to have topic boundaries, even as a young person, you have to have topic boundaries. And those physical boundaries, I'm not going there. I'm not doing that. So 4 different types of boundaries are very important in order to impact your own life. And then what will begin to happen is you having boundaries will begin to bless the people around you. It's like the salsa to the cup. So when you when you have all these boundaries and people see you have them, then they'll start setting boundaries and they'll respect your boundaries.
Yeah. That's good.
Definitely.
Coach B, talk to us about boundaries, bro.
Well, hey, Charles, I'll join you in the meeting. My name's B. I'll be quick on this one, because to be completely transparent and honest, I think this is one that I'm still figuring out myself currently right now. I am naturally kind of that people pleaser type of personality. I hate saying no. I like to help people out. But what I've started to realize is I need to treat myself the same way I would treat somebody that I care about. Because here's the crazy part. We all know that we need to have boundaries. We all know that it's important. Because if I'm coaching somebody, if I'm giving advice, if I'm talking to somebody else, I can give you the whole speech. Oh, you know that person's not good for you. This is not going to pay off for you in any way. It's a waste of your time. This isn't good. It's not a healthy relationship. I can give the whole speech to somebody else. But then when it turns on me, sometimes I have a harder time seeing it. So what I've been learning to do, Q, is just treat myself the same way I would treat somebody else that I care about. And that's been helpful.
Coach B, we appreciate it. E.T., Dr. E, talk to us, brother.
Man, look, bro. Everybody said it. It's one of those few things that you need to do it, but it's difficult to do. You need to do it, but it's hard to do. And so what do you do when you have to do something that's hard to do? You get help, right? So please go get help. Go get an accountability partner. Read up on this, study up on this. But you have to do it, Because if you don't, you're going to spend the rest of your life living your life, the one that you get. You're going to spend the majority of it giving it to somebody else. And that's not right. And that's not fair. It's your life. And you should benefit the most from it. Small steps, great distances.